Had you told me 7 years ago that I would be living in the town I grew up in farming oysters, I would have told you that you were nuts. I was working overseas and didn't think I'd ever be coming back to Maine, at least not until later in life. Before getting into aquaculture, I did 8 years in the infantry. I deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan for 4 combat tours. I went back as a security contractor to work in Kabul. But there was just a point in my early 30s where I began to kind of feel like it just wasn't a place for me anymore. Jock Crothers, who was a local guy in Sorrento, had started a farm back in 2010 growing oysters. And I was home on leave, so I went out with him for a little bit, for about 2 weeks. And at the end of the 2 weeks, he looked at me and was just like, well, would you like to do this? And I was like, I can't do this. I work in Kabul. And he said, well, that's a bummer, because I really want somebody to kind of take this over, and thought you might be a good fit. So I went back to Afghanistan for about 6 months, realized that I didn't really want to be in Afghanistan anymore, and promptly quit my job and moved back to Maine and bought a boat and began to work with him. This is second year seed. So we got these oysters last summer from the hatchery. Once we put them in the water, they go into these mesh bags, and the mesh bags go inside of these floating cages. We get lots of wave action here. So they're inside shifting against each other, and as that shell grows and breaks down, instead of growing out and flat, they'll grow deeper and they'll cup. You have better meat, it looks better on a plate. I love the idea of keeping the product local. I like the idea of being able to keep both people enjoying it local, but also keep the money local. My mother is 100% my biggest cheerleader. The fact that I get to have a personal and business relationship with my mom, the fact that my mother has a restaurant that I get to sell my products at, it's really quite wonderful.
Oyster farming is a good fit for Graham because Graham is a very independent person, and I'm so proud of him because he's really taken the whole life that we have here, which is rich in so many different ways. It's fun for me. Once in a while I go out and help him. We're working the water, and that's just a really satisfying experience.
Being able to come back to the place that I grew up, being able to come back to the place that feels like home to me after being away for a long time has been made significantly easier by being able to work on the sea and by being able to find a new purpose in the thing that I believe in. I mean, I really do believe that aquaculture holds a place in the future of how we get food. And so having a thing that gives me a real sense of purpose after seeming like I lost a sense of purpose, all of these things have really helped me come back and find a place back here in Maine.